Hey, Shalom. Coming to you in the name of Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone who taught me this truth, and salutations unto the Akim that continue to push the word in truth and in sincerity, and Shabbat Shalom as well. And I was just reading through a bit of the law and some other scriptures as well. And I came across Exodus, the 27th chapter, and it struck me is that the Lord, well, I say it struck me, it does every single time. You know, you read certain things, you read it over and over again, but it's like it gets you all over again. But a concept and an observation you make very early on when you actually read the scriptures properly is that the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yashai, is very specific in what they require. The Lord Yahweh is specific in what he wants, what he accepts, and also what is unacceptable unto him. And when it came to the altar, many other things as well, but the example we're going to get into today is the altar. The Lord was very specific in that, and there's importance in it because we know that today we are that, we are the altar. We are that, putting our bodies out there as a sacrifice. So, likewise, the Lord is very specific in what he wants from a qualified altar or sacrifice. Now, this is the book of Exodus 27, and it says, "And thou shalt make an altar of shittim wood, 5 cubits long and 5 cubits broad. The altar shall be 4 square, and the height thereof shall be 3 cubits. And thou shalt make the horns of it upon the 4 corners thereof." "And thou shalt make the horns of it upon the 4 corners thereof. His horns shall be of the same, and thou shalt overlay it with brass. And thou shalt make his pans to receive his ashes, and his shovels, and his basins, and his flesh hooks, and his fire pans, all the vessels thereof thou shalt make of brass. And thou shalt make for it a gate of network of brass, and upon the net shalt thou make 4 brazen rings in the 4 corners thereof." Now, you can keep reading down to get the specifics of the staves and the rings to transport the altar and, the different materials and stuff like that. But basically, this was the Lord instructing Moses on how this altar should be. Now, there's a scripture I want to pull, and it says, one second. This is the book of Romans, chapter 12 and 1. "I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto the Most High, which is your reasonable service." Okay. So now our bodies are the living sacrifice, man. You go out there on the highways and the byways when it's summer. You're bearing that unbearable heat. Now we've just entered into the winter. It's really cold out there now. But you've gotta bear it, right? All right. Okay. And it says that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy. The word holy, Kodash, means to be separate, man. Acceptable unto the Most High, which is a reasonable service. So we've got to be very mindful that the things that we do are acceptable, in the sight of the Lord. David said that. I'm going to pull it. words of my mouth. There we go. This is the book of Psalms 19 and 14. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of mine heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, Yahweh, my strength and my redeemer. So David knew, and it applies obviously to us also, man, that, the words that come out of our mouth. And it says the meditation of your heart, which is what the mind, man. This is why it's very important to guard your thoughts, because oftentimes when Satan can't get you, with the things in the world, he'll try and get you with your own thoughts. This is why, as the apostle said, and Apostle Kabal always talks about it, is that you're your own worst enemy in this thing, man. But we have to guard our thoughts. Because it says the meditation of my heart, the la'ah, which is the mind, be acceptable in thy sight. Oh, it came off. So okay. It just got pressed the wrong thing. And it came off the screen. Oh Lord, Yahweh, my strength and my redeemer, man. Okay, the Lord is very specific on what he accepts and what he doesn't accept, man. Okay. It's a lucky I'm yawning, man. It's kind of late, but I've been up from early. I was at the camp earlier with one of the elders as well, man. Some of the other brethren. As well as working, man. So it's been a long day, but still want to get this out. Okay. And what happened on the altars? Sacrifices, man. So, that's why the scripture says, present your bodies as a living sacrifice, man. Then it gets into the actual temple, which was the transportable temple. Yeah, man, the Lord is very, very specific, but there's a reason for that. Because the Lord is a perfectionist, man. Okay, so let me pull one more scripture. I'm going to close it out. Matthew 5:48. Be ye therefore perfect, even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect. Alright, and we're made perfect through who? Not because of in and of our own selves, but through Yahweh Shai, man. So we're going to be perfected through the Lord. Okay, but we have to strive to give our utmost best according to that which is required of us, because the Lord Yahweh Shai is a perfectionist, man. And that's point blank, period. So anyways, I'm going to wrap it up on that, man. Shalom.